World War, and for the first time in the history of man, nations combined to fight against nations using the crude weapons of those days. The Second World War involved every continent on the globe, and men turned to science for new devices of warfare, which reached an unparalleled peak in their capacity for destruction. And now, fought with the terrible weapons of super science, menacing all mankind and every creature on Earth, comes the War of the World.
No one would have believed in the middle of the 20th century that human affairs were being watched keenly and closely by intelligences greater than man's. Yet, across the gulf of space on the planet Mars, intellects vast and cool and unsympathetic regarded our Earth with envious eyes, slowly and surely drawing their plans against us. Mars is more than 140 million miles from the sun, and for centuries it has been in the last stages of exhaustion. At night, temperatures drop far below zero, even at its equator. The inhabitants of this dying planet looked across space with instruments and intelligences of which we have scarcely dreamed, searching for another world to which they could migrate. They could not go to Pluto, outermost of all planets, and so cold that its atmosphere lies frozen on its surface. They couldn't go to Neptune or Uranus, twin worlds in eternal night and perpetual cold, both surrounded by an unbreathable atmosphere of methane gas and ammonia vapor. The Martians considered Saturn an attractive world with its many moons and beautiful rings of cosmic dust, but its temperature is close to 270 degrees below zero, and ice lies 15,000 miles deep on its surface. Their nearest world was giant Jupiter, where there are titanic cliffs of lava and ice with hydrogen flaming at the tops, where the atmospheric pressure is terrible, thousands of pounds to the square inch. They couldn't go there, nor could they go to Mercury, nearest planet to the sun. It has no air, and the temperature at its equator is that of molten lead. Of all the worlds that the intelligences on Mars could see and study, only our own warm Earth was green with vegetation, bright with water, and possessed a cloudy atmosphere eloquent of fertility. It did not occur to mankind that a swift fate might be hanging over us, or that from the blackness of outer space we were being scrutinized and studied, until the time of our nearest approach to the orbit of Mars during a pleasant summer season.
Is that a fireball or something? Boy, that's big. Where's the comet? Boy, that had me scared. Wonder where it lit.
Miles away, I bet you.
Hey, let's go find it, huh?
Probably dropped halfway to Pomona.
Oh, it was nearer than that.
I'm gonna see. Who's coming?
This is Pine Summit. I got a smoke.
160, 30.
Azimuth reading, 160 degrees, 30 minutes. Big. I'll bet it's as big as anything that ever lit in California. We better get something over there. It's started to blaze already.
have this.
Number 3 to DO. Number 3 to DO.
DO to number 3, come in.
We're getting this under control. We won't need any more help. Over.
Okay, send the tanker in, but you can stand by until that thing cools off. Over.
I think somebody ought to check on it. Over.
Well, there's some fellas fishing at Pine Summit. I think they're scientists. They probably saw it come down. I'll let them know. What's it look like?
Can't get near enough to see it very well. It's too hot. But it's a whale of a size.
I got a message for you. You're the guys from Pacific Tech, ain't you?
Right.
Looks like the fishing was good.
Have some?
Well, I might just do that. It's about that meteor. They say it's a whopper. The district officer told us at the lookout up in the summit. I thought you might be interested. About 10 or 12 miles from here, over by Linda Rosa.
Are they sure it's a meteor? It didn't come down like one.
That's right. Came down in kind of spurts, didn't it? Well, you fellows have to figure it out. You're scientists. All I know is they say it's as big as a house and practically red hot.
I'd like to borrow your car and take a look at it in the morning.
Well, we ought to get back. I can fly Bilderbeck down in your plane.
Okay. The insurance is paid up.
Light? No, I'll smoke it later.
Don't go too near.
Did you watch it come down? I seen it from my window.
Carol, look here a minute. Step over here. Just a little and hold. Smile.
It must have hit way up there and then skidded along the gully. After it stopped, all that loose earth and stuff shook down over it. Excuse me.
I guess most of it's buried.
That's 12 feet thick easy, maybe more.
Meteors always run heavy. They won't be able to haul this one away to no museum. It'll be a real good attraction for Sunday drivers.
Better than a lion farm or a snake pit. We won't have to feed it.
Sure, we can sell it tamales and enchiladas and hot dogs, too.
Yeah, ice cream, cold drinks, souvenirs.
I think we should put up a few picnic tables.
No. Then they'd bring their own lunches.
What's the idea, Buck? Gonna dig for gold?
You think you're kidding? It's gonna be like having a gold mine in our own backyard.
I'm gonna get a closer look at it.
Reckon it's south all through. Lucky it didn't come down in the middle of town.
I wonder who owns this property. You might be able to make something out of it.
That's it over there.
What are you gonna do when you do
Still
it?
pretty darn hot.
What's the idea of the shovel? Be careful, Buck. Now watch it, Buck. Easy, Buck, man.
Oh, you down there? Pick up, Buck.
Pretty hot there.
Did you see it come down?
Yes, I was fishing up in the hills.
Well, you must have caught plenty with all that tackle.
There were 3 of us. The others flew back in my plane. I don't understand why a meteor that size didn't make a bigger crater.
Oh, it hit sideways and skidded in. At least that's what I think. I don't